I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Osborn. I came to Pomona in 1956, and I still live here, very interested in the community. I have 4 children, all of who went through Pomona schools. I would like to tell a story about working at Pacific State Hospital, which was a hospital for the mentally retarded. Pacific State Hospital is important to Pomona and the surrounding cities because it provided many jobs and quality care to those who lived there. When I was hired in 1962, it was run as a hospital. There were wards, ward charges, patients, and nursing staff. Nursing staff were required to wear all white uniforms, and the women needed to wear white nurses' hats. Several years later, Sacramento decided that these patients were not physically ill, and it was renamed Lanterman Developmental Center. The wards became units, and there were unit managers. Patients became residents, and the nursing staff went to street clothes. In the 23 years I worked there, it was a self-sufficient town. It had its own fire department, security, maintenance department, laundry, and complete food service department, which not only provided all the meals for the residents, but ran an employee cafeteria as well. There was an acute hospital including a surgery unit. There was a research building with a medical library. The residents had access to a school which had many classrooms and a large gymnasium. There was a huge recreation hall for parties, dances, movies, and there were also recreational rooms for classes and crafts, a swimming pool, a canteen, and at the far end of the campus, there was Rusty Camp, where overnight camping and other outside activities could be held. A tram provided transportation for residents and staff as needed. There were over 50 living units for the residents, large separate buildings which had dorms, kitchens, living areas, restrooms, dining, play yards, and patios. 2 units in the acute hospital for residents with special needs. When entering from Valley Boulevard, the first house seen was that of the director of the center. Across the street was the business manager's house. There were 10 or more small cottages where married doctors or staff could live. There were also 2 large 3-story dorms for single staff and students. Most employees lived off the grounds. The last picture is of my son and I at my retirement party in 1985. Note the street clothes. I remember one time at Lanterman when I was working there on this surgery unit. One of the employees and I were good friends, and the first thing we did when we came to work was start the coffee pot. We worked the PM shift. So I went down the hall to get the coffee supplies, and this male employee went into one of the supply rooms to get supplies. And just in fun, I decided to lock him in there. And so I locked the door. And of course he was yelling at me, "Osborn, let me out of here." And I didn't realize that on his side of the door, he also had a place for the key. So he put his key in, and I put mine in from the outside, and we happened to turn them at the same time and jam the lock. It was now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the maintenance crew went home at 4:30. So I went dashing up to the charge nurse, who looked at me and said, "Oh, what did you do now?" And I said, "Never mind what I did. Call maintenance right away. Dersmith's locked in the supply room." So the locksmith came over and fixed the door, took the door off. He never even questioned why this employee was in there. But for the rest of the evening, I didn't go in any rooms that had keys in them, because in a way it was getting back at my friend, because I didn't really want to promote. I liked working with the residents, and the promotional exams came up, and this employee said, "Oh, please go to the exams take the exam. I don't want to go by myself." So I studied up a little bit, and I took the exam, for which he never showed up. And lo and behold, I ended up on the third on the list, and then started my promotions.